Welcome to the second episode of our game development diaries. And today we'll try to keep it shorter. It will be a bit shorter than the first one, and we'll also we won't cover most of the deep technical details. So i- I'm planning to cover the things topics like programming, etc. in the maybe next episode. So today it will be more, the focus will be more on the stages of the fourth stage of the MCAS simulation. As you know, it's the fourth stage is where you will have you will it will take you to the final assembly line and show how the 737 Max are being assembled. So that's what I've been focusing on since we since the last episode. So today I will share some details, but I promise that the next episode we will dive into the program, look at the programming side, how things are actually implemented in C++. Yeah, so one of the first thing, because the in the final assembly line, the player would be tasked to so make the step-by-step assembly of a 737 Max. So for that reason, uh, we did create like a Lego style 737 Max. So we've split all the parts. So I can show you what we have. Let me go to SketchUp. Just a moment. I have so many stuff here. As you can see, you are looking at my screen. This is actually what I see. How everything is structured. What I use for developing the game. There are many folders, a lot of resources. Yeah, so let me open it in SketchUp. Yeah, so this is the Lego style 737 I made. So I've split it into many parts. Let me reverse the. So as you see, this is the start, the fuselage. This is how it arrives at the Renton Factory in this form. So without the nose, the wings, and everything. So in the final assembly line, you actually the player will be putting the remaining parts. So I have them here already, but as you understand, they are hidden. So here are the wheels, the wings, the heels, the tail, you can, the nose part, engine, APU on the back, and the back wing. So this is already done, and this is the model I'll be using to simulate all the different stages of the assembly. Oh, don't save. And what else I've been doing? Another thing, yeah, the main thing. Uh, I had so I like you've seen in the first episode. I already modeled this the main factory building from the outside. So the task was to actually create the inside, the interior part with all the assembly line sections. So this is what I got in SketchUp. So you can see it's quite similar to the real one. Good. It was not that difficult to recreate the exact model. SketchUp has this feature called photo match, so you can actually take. I didn't use exactly this image, but you can find a picture of the Renton Factory, and using photo match, I use photo match to recreate the well, not exact, but low polygon version of the building. And also I had to create the inside part of it. This is how it looks like. If you just Google Renton Factory, you will see the interior. So I use photo match to recreate exact, not everything, but the most important part. So yeah, and I also so this is what I got. So another thing I did, you can let me show you in SketchUp, because in the game you need to you be moving around the factory. So I've split the factory in. I have grouped all the walls of the factory so that when needed you can open and close different part of it. Well, this is yeah, this is how the factory looks like in SketchUp, and as you can see, I have grouped. I can see through the roof. I can, example, in the game you could hide and unhide different parts depending on what you want to achieve. So yeah, you can see. Yeah, during the assembly process, you might sometimes you want to look at the factory, let's say from this point of view, or from here, or for example, when you look at the factory from this, you want to look at this area. You don't want to have this wall in front of you, so you need you must be able to hide it. And yeah, so something else I've been modeling is the actually this roof crane, because it's used to carry those fuselage to different part of the factory. So that's actually the current thing I'm currently doing. Yeah, but there's still a lot of things to do to make it interactive, because it has to. There's a lot of coding needed so that this crane can move to. You can ask it to move from one point of part of the factory to another one, but we already have all the geometry in place, and you can see how it looks like. Now we don't save. Yeah. Something else I've been doing. I've created this tow truck. It's the truck that picks the fuselage as they arrive and bring them into the factory. So we'll see. I think next episode I will show a demo of the game, how it's been used. But as you can see, it's already done. Yeah, and as part of this whole development process, we also create augmented reality effect. If you remember this engine, it's the engine that you could you could you had in stage 2. So probably tomorrow we will release a mobile augmented reality effect that will let you interact with this engine. So yeah, I have a video. I think the video is posted on our Facebook page. You can actually see a demo of all the stuff I showed, how it So this is within the game. So this is the factory, the roof moving, opening up, and the door as well. And you can switch locations, for example, like here, moving into, yeah, so those are the walls moving. When you need to look at the factory from this point of view, you don't want to have the wall blocking your view. So the walls automatically moves, slides up to let you see inside. Yeah, and I have another video where you can see that towing truck I showed. Yeah, so these are the fuselage ready to enter into the final assembly line, and they are actually towed by this truck. We already have the truck, the the code logic for the truck ready. As you can see, you will see the light blinking. Yeah, so it's this truck that brings the model into the fuselage into the factory. So the next step is just to implement the logic to make the truck move together with the fuselage. Yeah, so this is just an overview of what we have, but the next future episode I will uh, show how it's actually coded in C++, because that's the language we use, how we actually implement everything you've seen here. So for those who haven't subscribed, just hit the YouTube subscribe button to follow all because we're making a lot of updates in different channels. Probably tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, we'll publish a mobile augmented reality effect. It's actually interactive. You could interact with this engine. You could start it, stop it, learn how engine work, and all stuff like that. So thank you, and see you in the next episode.